Hey everyone, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch. Today I'm going to break down the NFL and the NFL games I circled that I wanted to talk about. I interviewed CeCe Benton. She is a former president for Shukur Stevenson's company, and she is part of the administration on Shukur Stevenson's team, and he fights today. And I'm hoping he does win. He's got a pretty good opponent ahead of him. And I did have a chance to interview him a couple of months ago, so I'm going to air that too. But before we get into all of that, I want to talk about the NFL. The big matchup, Pittsburgh, Sunday night matchup, Pittsburgh versus Buffalo. Pittsburgh's coming off a garbage offensive game, okay defensive game, and a loss to Washington. And Buffalo destroyed. Right after that, Buffalo destroyed the Niners. So Vegas has got Buffalo by 3. I'm pretty sure everybody on the planet is picking Buffalo. I know Tomlin's got to be using that. But listen, we're now underdogs now. And there's reason. But this is an even matchup. Pittsburgh, if you line them up, I think Pittsburgh can beat Buffalo if they're playing a clean game and Buffalo plays a good game. But Pittsburgh hasn't really played a clean offensive and defensive game in about 2 months. So here's what I think is going to be key. The quarterback safety matchup, Big Ben versus Jadavius White. Jadavius White loves to bait his opponent and get interceptions because Buffalo's secondary isn't the best. So what Ben has to do is show him one thing and then do the other. This is what Buffalo's going to do. They're going to jump the short routes. They're going to dare Pittsburgh to run because in Buffalo's mind, they're not going to be able to run. And then you're getting in third long, and now Pittsburgh hasn't been able to get the ball down the field. And Buffalo, in their mind, I believe Buffalo believes we get off the field. We can stop Pittsburgh if we shut the short game down. If Pittsburgh continues to throw behind the line of scrimmage screens and bubble screens and short passes with teams that are sitting there waiting for them, like Buffalo, they will get slaughtered by the Buffalo Bills. It will not even be close. By halftime, you could turn your sets off and go to sleep and get ready to go to work in the morning. What Pittsburgh's got to do is Ben's got to get the ball down the field. Get the ball down the field, Ebron, Juju. The offensive line got to win up front and get Ben time to get the ball down. And Ben got to deliver the goods on the money to Johnson. It's got to be 15 to 20-yard passes because now the zone is flooded. So now you can't throw the short passes, quick passes. If you could try it, you're going to, and Jadavius White's going to pick you off, and now the game's over because Buffalo's offense is too good for you to just hold down like you did Washington. That ain't going to happen. So they have to play 100 times better. But on the other end, Jared Allen is reckless, and Minka Fitzpatrick could take advantage of it on the other end. So you have the safety quarterback matchups on both ends. The only problem is Singletary and Timley are running very well. I mean, Singletary and Moss are running very well, and Stills are not running. That's a big problem. Connor's back, but can the offensive line open up enough holes? It looks like the Steelers are averaging 10 inches per carry. You average 10 inches per carry against Buffalo, you're going to get slaughtered. There's a path where you can get slaughtered in this game. And that will be the path if you don't run and still continue to try short passes that don't work. You will get slaughtered. You won't get beat. You'll get slaughtered. So they're going to have to either adjust or get slaughtered. That's the choice that the Steelers have. The Steelers have to play at a high level. Buffalo has to play at a high level, but Steelers have to play at a higher level to win on the road in a cleaner game. Buffalo doesn't have to play the perfect game, but they have to play good. Special teams is important too. Ray McLeod would like to get his former team back, but then Buffalo has Andre Roberts, who's very good too. So you got two guys you got to be careful of. That could be a big part of this game where one team could swing momentum off of a good punt return or a touchdown return. They got to be real careful. Both teams have to be careful, special teams. Just the Bills are more consistent. I got the Bills in this game. I can't pick it. I can't pick my Steelers in this game. Not on the road. Unless they turn back the clock and play like they did 2 months ago against Cleveland, then the Steelers would win. But I don't see that happening this week. And that allows Buffalo to try to get the 2 seed. And maybe even look at the 1 seed if everything breaks right with Kansas City. But they did lose to Kansas City, so that hurts. But Buffalo is eyeing that 2 seed if Pittsburgh loses and then loses to Cleveland, and Buffalo's got to run the table. It ain't going to be easy because Miami's coming to town. So they still have some tougher games to come up. Miami versus Kansas City. This is my upset pick of the week. If you're better, don't put money on Miami. But I have a feeling that the Chiefs and Pittsburgh are going to go down. And that's going to give the Miamis and Buffaloes of the world more confidence. This is how I think Miami's going to win. Tua stretched the field down the field last week. He did a good job. But their time of possession, you have to keep Mahomes off the field. So that means they gave up 131 yards rushing to Denver. And Denver did perfect. They just didn't have enough talent to finish off Kansas City. But they did a good job with the time of possession and keeping Kansas City at the end zone. The time of possession is going to be big. Gaskin's got to give me a 20-carry, 100-yard game. That's their path to victory. He don't do that, you ain't beating Kansas City. Then Miami has an aggressive defense. The third in completions allowed. Now, Mahomes, here's the thing. I just gave you the play of how Miami's going to win, and I picked the Miami Dolphins in an upset. Mahomes could walk into Miami Stadium and blow everything I just set up, because the only thing that Miami has a weakness is their deep. Have given up the deep ball, and Tyreek Hill and Kelsey could go bonkers if Mahomes has time. They have to put some sort of pressure on Mahomes. It's not easy. They don't give up sacks. But in Miami, in the heat, they're going to have to put some pressure on Mahomes, make it a little bit of a different game. And time of possession. But Mahomes ain't going 0 for 4 in the red zone like he went last week. That ain't happening. So Miami's got to put some points on the board, put 7s on the board, and then maybe a last-second field goal. But I would strongly advise you not to gamble against Mahomes, but this is just a hunch. I play hunches. I'll play hunches with teams that are not favored. And I got a feeling that this is going to happen this week. Now, Mahomes could go for 6 touchdowns, and the Chiefs could blow him out. I'm like, okay, that wouldn't surprise me. This is just a hunch. Now, I'm a little more sure about the Bills than Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh's not playing as good. Now, if you're going to put money on the Bills, that's understandable. I'm not putting money on Miami, but I just feel like Miami is going to win this game. I'm picking Miami. Now, I'm picking the Giants to beat the Cardinals. Cardinals are traveling again to the East Coast. They traveled before they lost to the Patriots. And they're going to lose to the Giants in a close game. I think Danny Dimes supposed to be back. Gallman's going to run. Cardinals gave up 38 points last week to the Rams. Their defense got some pieces, but they're up and down. Their offense is up and down because they don't run it as good. Drake is a good runner that can catch the ball back. He's not a bell cow Cardinals are a bell cow type running back away to help Kyler Murray. That allows Kyler Murray to sit in the pocket or run in the pocket. The Giants are going to squat on Kyler Murray as far as running, because if he doesn't run over 30 yards, he only has 1 victory. I told you that last week. So the Giants are going to do what the Patriots did. They're going to have spies. They're going to keep Kyler Murray in front of him, so when he does try to run, he doesn't get those big chunk runs. You got DeAndre Hopkins and Bradbury. Bradbury's going to do another good job on Hopkins. He's a very good corner. I expect Jabril Peppers to make a play. That's going to help. It's going to be a close game because the Cardinals are desperate. So the Cardinals not going to just lay down. There's 2 teams fighting for playoff spots. So it's going to be a battle. Giants win on a last-second field goal. I got the Raiders over the Colts because that's a complete toss-up. I don't trust neither of these teams. But the Raiders are in Vegas. They're home with no crowd, but they're home nevertheless, and they will win in a close game. I do not trust Rivers. Rivers could be great and terrible, so this might be the terrible week. So there you have it in the NFL. Now, the college football report. The biggest game of the week is the ACC title game, not the Big Ten, because Ohio State's going to beat the brakes off Northwestern. Come on, we know that. But now, Clemson-Notre Dame is very interesting because Notre Dame beat Clemson early this year when Trevor Lawrence had the coronavirus and he was in the COVID-19 protocol. And their backup quarterback is a freshman, DJ Aigale, and he was 30 of 41 for 342 yards. Can Trevor Lawrence improve on that? That's what's going to be interesting. But now, can their offensive line do good? Because they did surrender 11 sacks this year, but Trevor Etienne is a stud. That's who the Arizona Cardinals need. They need to get a guy like that, a power guy with some speed that can run between the tackles. He's going to be key. Notre Dame secondary is really good, but, I expect the Clemson to take care of business as far as being able to get some passes going. You got Rodgers, who has 6 touchdowns. When you got Amari Rodgers out there, who's a money player, I've seen him make some big catches. That's going to help. But on the other side, we got that side. On the other side, Ian Book is a solid quarterback. I mean, he's going to be an NFL backup quarterback. Smart, capable. He has 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Kareem Williams destroyed Clemson the last time. He was a big part of it when he ran up and down the field that game. That's something Brent Venables, the defensive coordinator at Clemson, is probably focusing on. That's a big focus on that. Michael Mayer, baby Gronk. Notre Dame's going to look that third down tight end. If you want to get 10, he goes over the middle for 12 or 15. That's going to be big for Notre Dame to stay in the game. And Javon McKinley has got to be the version of Claypool this year and make big plays as a receiver. This is what's going to happen. I believe that Clemson's going to win by 10. Clemson will win, get their revenge. I don't think they're going to slaughter Notre Dame. That's going to break the hearts of Texas A&M because I do believe Alabama will survive. It'll be a tough game against Florida. That provide they beat Arkansas. Alabama's in, Clemson's in, and Ohio State another rematch. You got Fields versus Trevor Lawrence. NFL scouts get to see that head-to-head matchup. And then you have Alabama versus a much improved Notre Dame team who's going to be very motivated to make that a game because Alabama beat the brakes off them, took them to the woodshed. I'll give you every cliche in the book. And in the national championship game years ago, I think it's 2012. I believe that's going to happen. If Notre Dame is within 10, that's a reasonable loss. The committee will say you went undefeated and you only lost to Clemson. You played Clemson, you beat Clemson, you lost to Clemson. And you played a large amount of games. So if you're playing 10, 11 games compared to teams that haven't, you got the advantage. Now, Ohio State will probably go 6-0, but they play at such a high level, I think the committee recognized that and they put them in. And those are going to be your 14. Come Monday, and when they do the selection of the final 4, it'll be the following week. But come Monday, I expect Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Clemson, Notre Dame 4, Texas A&M 5. Now move up. Unless Notre Dame really gets beat bad, then you move Texas A&M up. Then that just A&M needs Notre Dame to get blown out. That's the only, unless Notre Dame beats Clemson. If Notre Dame upsets Clemson, Texas A&M is at play now. Now everything changes. Now if A&M lost, they were sure not going to do it, but if they lost to Tennessee today, Cincinnati's in play. So it's we have a very, very interesting weekend. And by the time I post this on YouTube, the games will probably be played at 12. so you'll get to hear what I have to say and see if it coalesces with what's going on. Hey, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm with someone from Shukur Stevenson's team. This is Vic Finley. You state your title and everything, because I'm really excited to have you today.
Yeah, my name is Cece Minton, and I am the immediate past president of Stevenson and Moses Boxing for Life. The current leadership is Robin Moses. So that's pretty much who I am. I'm excited about the fight, the upcoming fight on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that out the way. My question, and I've never done an interview with a female that's been in boxing before in my life. I've covered boxing for 20 years, so I want to know your mindset.
Okay, so I am not a part of the boxing world per se.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a background in health and fitness, and I've played every sport over my lifetime. So the Stevenson and Moses Boxing for Life is a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Head up the nonprofit side of it, but of course, for a lot of our events, Shukur attended those as an honorary founder. So mindset is I am a winner. I'm very aggressive. Very nurturing though, team player, and I like to get the job done. And that's what I did in my 2 years as president.
I saw you. That's why I talked about the nurturing when we were on the phone. I saw the way you handled Steve at the press conference in Newark when I was there. I do love that. When you're in the ring, when he's in the ring and you're a nurturer, he gets hit. How do you feel? You sit there ringside, and that's your guy in there. What goes through your mind?
Well, I mean, Shukur is a tough guy. Okay,
real tough.
He moves quick. He barely gets hit. So to be honest with you, I'm never really concerned about him being injured. Coach Wally is always in the ring with him. So maybe that takes some of the edge off of the nurturing piece for me. His grandfather, is there in the ring with him.
Okay, he is fighting Saturday against Toka Khan Clary. I think I got that right. And provided he does win, he's entering the belly of the beast because he's up at junior lightweight now. And now all the monsters, the Lomochenkos, the Telefimo, Cheney, Tank. So now the big fights are there. So what's on the horizon that you heard about?
I haven't been real connected because I started continue with my business. But I know the mentality of Shukur as well as Coach Wally and Robin. So he's ready for it. He's ready to, excuse my language, kick butt. I have no concerns about his ability to win at the next level. He's very disciplined. And like I said, he moves very quickly. He's an Olympian, so he's accustomed to being a winner.
He should have won the gold. I saw that fight. Just Tell the Truth Sports Radio, so I'm going to tell you he should have won that. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Second, I think he's avoided because not only is he a great fighter with power, his IQ is off the charts. So, and I've covered boxing for 20 years. I've followed boxing since the 1900s. He has that it factor of the great ones. And it's hard to explain it, but you know it when you see it, and he has that. And some of the fighters might be reluctant to fight a guy like that. And Shukur will fight it. If you told Shukur he had to fight a heavyweight, he'd be like, line him up, get me in the ring, let me hit his big behind and get it out of the way. That's his mentality.
Exactly.
So I think that scares off some promoters like, I don't know if I want to put my fighter in there against this dude.
Yeah. I'm sure they're saying I don't want to get in the ring with crazy.
Yes.
Crazy discipline though, okay?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And you know what? He reps his background. I live near the Newark area, so I know the area. It's not always the best area, but he reps it, and it's good to see that positive
Yes.
to come out. So you're not equating the Newark with all thugs. So we're not all thugs. See, I'm a journalist, so we're not all thugs. And he proves that. So reverse that, whatever stereotype. That's what I do love.
Especially at the Prudential Center when he fought, I think that was last year or the year?
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he represented and his hometown represented as well. It was a packed house. I was on the floor. It was a pretty, was it a quick fight? I'm trying to remember because the people who actually fought before him, it was pretty lengthy. They kind of ran away from each other. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Yeah.
But he kicked butt in his hometown.
That's what he does. Now, this is more or less in your lane. I want to talk about marketing, and I had some big issues over the last 20 years. The African-American boxers do not get the marketing. You look at basketball, you look at LeBron James, you look at Mahomes, you look at the State Farm commercials, you look at all the big commercials. And anytime I've ever seen a boxer get a commercial, it's usually of non-African descent. Mm-hmm. They say, well, and I hear this dog whistle buzzword, well, he's not necessarily marketable. That's nonsense because Mike Tyson and Robin Gibbons did a Pepsi commercial.
Right.
Roy Jones did a Nike commercial with Michael Jordan. Right. And then Sugar Ray Leonard did a 7-Up commercial with his son, and everybody loved that. So it's not about that. So my mission is to help bridge that gap. I talked to Mr. Watson. I talked to my Hollywood people, and I want to really put that out there, be an advocate to get African-American boxers advertising and the pension fund stuff that you could follow up. So when they're done boxing, they have stocks. They have, Floyd Mayweather talked about that, about investments. And I know that's probably your lane. So that's why I brought that up.
Yeah, marketing is, I enjoy marketing. Of course, I have my own business. I feel that Shukur is very marketable.
Oh my goodness, yes.
He reminds me of Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm originally from Maryland, so
yes.
I'm familiar with Sugar Ray. He's a pretty boy, but he's got guts and he's strong. And
the American public likes that pretty boy guts, tough guy on the inside. They love that.
Exactly. But he is pretty young. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. So I think over time he may grow into that. But you know what? If you reach out to him, hey, he may be interested right now.
Well, he's got the dimples. He's the Olympian. He's got the speed. Yeah. He can't lose on that one. I mean, he does one commercial, forget it. I don't know if he'll go to State Farm, but
it's like eat your heart out.
Yes. If he does one advertising, the advertisers will be all over that kid. Finally, you're in the arena, hopefully and prayerfully. There's a lot of people next year, and he's in that big fight with the Haneys or Lomachenkos or Tank Davis, and he's coming in, and the announcer is like, let's get ready! And the crowd's going crazy. They announce the Shukur. They're playing the national anthem. What's going through your head when you're in that arena?
Let's get him. You know what? Bring him down to his knees. That's what I said about the upcoming fight. Just cut him off at the knees if you can.
That's legacy, though. The legacy fights are coming. That's going to really make him all-time great, and that's what I'm looking forward to. But I want to get it from your perspective. This is why I'm so excited. I want to see from a female perspective, a rough sport, a marketing lady such as yourself, and I just love to see that. I wish you well. I will be rooting for him Saturday,
I will
hopefully.
Too. Make sure you watch.
Yes, and then the next press conference of his following fight, I'm going to be there, and we will talk.
Okay.
I really appreciate this.
Happy holiday, Ron.
Happy
Stevenson, and you really, really represent Newark like nobody else. Explain Newark to you. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I've been waiting to fight in my city since I was a young kid, and I used to always want to fight in the Prudential Center. And it's going to bring a lot of hope to my city, and a lot of kids going to want to be in the same situation that I'm in one day. So I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm ready to perform July 13th.
I'm an old head, and I've been covering boxing for 20 years. You're one of the best prospects I've ever seen.
I don't think I'm a prospect no more, though.
I mean, a champ. Now, listen, let's get contender. Let's get to the real deal. Ryan Garcia, I want to see y'all two fight. You want it. You think he wants that?
I ain't really chasing after Ryan Garcia. He not no champion, and he not in my weight class.
But have you seen the
fought
chatter
him.
on Instagram?
Yeah, they be talking about it, but I fought him back in the amateurs. I beat him.
I know you did. Now, one more question. The Mount